How young is too young for a first kiss? A parent wrote to Slate for advice after her 10-year-old daughter confessed to kissing her boyfriend on the lips. 10 years old. 10 years old. Is that too young? Is that just fine?
I'm having a bit of an issue with 10-year-old and boyfriend. Like, I'm having a big issue with that.
Do you remember being 10?
No. I remember being 10, but I wasn't kissing boys at 10. Right?
My first boyfriend was grade 1.
What? But were you kissing?
No, and that's the thing. I mean, it's a good question
I feel like
to start
it's too
with
young.
because we don't know what kind of kiss. Like
on the lips.
I know, but even then.
Yeah, there's different lip
It's not
kinds
like
of lip kissing.
And she told her mother, which P.S. I just already want to give this mom a high five. If your daughter at 10 is telling you, Mom, I kissed my boyfriend on the lips, I would like, even if some people are like, oh, that's too young, whatever, your daughter's talking to you, so bravo.
Which is
Really
bravo.
Really good point. I mean, as a parent, again, you read this, my initial reaction was, oh my gosh, that sounds way too young. But then I had to go back in time.
Yeah.
And I remember being as early as grade 1, and there were things like called kissing tag. Does anyone remember kissing tag? Yeah. You would run around and I would tackle.
How old is grade 1?
Grade 1 is like you're 6 or 7.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would tackle boys. I know I was a problematic child, and I was
innocent kissing.
Yeah, of course it was innocent, but I can remember being 10 is around grade 5, right? That's around what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember there was a boy named Carlo, and he wasn't particularly a nice boy, but a lot of the girls had a crush on him because it was that era of like, oh, if the boy's mean to you, he likes you. Not good advice to give to girls, but anyway, I kind of had a thing for him, even though he was kind of rotten, and I do remember him and I in the hallway, and he kissed me, and it did melt my knees, and I was...
What kind of kiss? Tell me.
It was a kind of, I think
Was there tongue?
I don't...
Yes, that's the question.
I don't think there were tongue. There was no tongue. There was no tongue. But I'm just saying this is an era, like an age. It was very innocent. I was a very innocent, and for many, many years. And I'm just saying this isn't necessarily a thing, a cause for alarm. I think you need more information. If they're the same
Please
age,
give me information.
If this is consensual, if this is something that they're the same age, if this is like, I don't think we all need to be into alarm mode. Because if somebody had been alarmist at my age, what would that have done to me? It would have made me feel ashamed. When really what I was just doing was moving from kissing River Phoenix on my wall, a poster on my wall, to just kind of experimenting with a guy. It was okay.
I don't know. For me, it's about age appropriateness as well, because I think at 10, even though this mother calls this boy the boyfriend, I think it's a dating thing, right? And at 10, I wouldn't want my kids to be, well, in this situation, like if you're dating someone, then I'm equating that with like kissing and whatever else. But I'm just thinking...
But you just call it that when you're that age. You're not really dating. We might have occasionally got, like around 11, 12, gone to a movie or something like that. Like,
yeah, because you're 10. It's prepubescent, and I will
See, I'm
say
okay with 12 and 13. I'm not okay with 10.
With 10. Well, here's the thing. Okay, because I think we're thinking that it might get
or
to...
14.
Are you thinking like and how quickly it could get to sex? No, and I don't mean it like 10, not 10-year-olds. No,
right?
I don't mean 10-year-olds. But when you talk about age appropriateness, it's about if you're doing that at 10, then what are you doing at other ages?
Yes.
Well, and I will say, if you remember in elementary
Lainey's like, oh, you're such a fuddy-duddy.
No. On the one hand, I don't want to be alarmist. On the one hand, I don't want to be alarmist because we had portables, and what you do is on recess, you go behind the portable and you like kind of like maybe, you don't even actually know what you're doing. That was in our time. Here's the difference today. And I actually am not too worried about this 10-year-old, to be perfectly honest, because it sounds like mom and maybe dad are doing a good job. But I will say that here's the difference between the way we grew up and then the way the kids today are growing up, and it's called internet.
Yep.
And so when we were little, you couldn't just Google how to kiss. You practiced on the back of your hand.
Or on a poster.
You practice on a poster. You practice with your pillow. You get together with your girlfriends and you try to be like, okay, like, how does this look? Is that sloppy? Is that too much spit? Not enough spit? All those things. But today, they also have access to how to kiss. I don't even want to put that in Google because I don't know what my kid will see today and what the instructions will be today. That's the difference, and we do have to be aware of that, I think. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying.
We're all like, you
I
know.
just find it really weird that like we're gonna have a chart. So 10 too early for what, and then 11 it should be okay, and 12.
Well, it's just,
like,
I mean, there is obviously an age of consent. Like, I want to keep this conversation
Yes.
separate because some people online were saying some really weird things. Like, obviously, this is about innocent kisses at 10 years old, to
Yeah.
be clear. And there's a big difference to me and a huge gulf between talking about sex. And I think that we need to leave space for that. And I think I'll go with you. I think ultimately it's about keeping those lines of conversation opening. And as long as, anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop because, anyway.
I'm just saying that if you're kissing, like 10, I don't know. I don't know if that's too young. I know I was making out by 11, like in a stairwell. And he was also 11 years old. And I don't
that's
think that I'm
important.
not scarred. So I'm saying, yes, Marcy, I want you to bear with me. There was tongue. I was 11.
You were 11.
And it wasn't at a kissing, it wasn't on a playground where there were witnesses. We were alone in a stairwell.
You're trying to freak me out right
No,
now. That's what you're trying to do.
but I'm okay.
You're trying to do that.
You regularly tell me I'm one of the most together people you know.
Oh, you are. You are.
Let's leave it on Facebook with Sheena.
Yeah.
Sheena says, my daughter's almost 15 and has been dating the same boy for 5 months. They're too shy to get their first kiss over with. Well, I'm just gonna rewind. 15, they've been together 5 months and they're too shy and they haven't kissed yet. I think that's sweet rather than some boy wanting to stick his tongue down my daughter's throat, but that's just me. Guess I'm old fashioned. Well, Sheena, I'm glad I never met your kids when I was.
Wow. All right. All right.